A few years ago in a small town in Spain, there lived two sisters named Sarah and Jennifer. Sarah was 16 years old and Jennifer was 17. Their parents believed they had the perfect family. They lived in a large house, they owned 2 cars, they were comfortable financially, and they had 2 beautiful daughters. The parents could not have felt better about life, but they were completely unaware of a serious problem that would tear the family apart. Sarah intensely hated her sister Jennifer. The reason Sarah hated her sister was that she believed Jennifer was more beautiful than her. No matter how many times people told Sarah she was pretty, she would never believe them. When she looked in the mirror, she felt extremely ugly. When she looked at Jennifer, she saw everything she wanted to be. Jennifer had beautiful, long, blonde hair. She had an attractive, slim figure and never needed to diet. She had perfect white skin and never needed to wear makeup. But there was something Sarah envied more than anything else about her sister. It was her beautiful blue eyes. Jennifer was very popular with the boys at school. Whenever she walked by, the boys would whistle, and it seemed as if every boy in school wanted to date her. They always complimented her on her beautiful blue eyes. All of the popular girls in school wanted to hang around with Jennifer. Over time, Sarah's envy grew worse and worse. She became obsessed with her sister's eyes. One afternoon, sitting alone in her room, Sarah began brooding about her sister's good looks. As she stared at herself in the mirror, she wished that there was something she could do to destroy Jennifer. Sarah's unbridled envy had driven her over the edge of madness, and in her rage, she wanted to ruin the life of her sister. With chilling coldness, Sarah devised a crazed and depraved plan. While Sarah was brooding alone in her room, Jennifer was with her friends, hanging out at a local mall. She was blissfully unaware of what her younger sister was planning. The next evening, Sarah's parents went out to the theater together, leaving their deranged daughter alone in the house. She decided that it was the perfect opportunity to put her devious plan into action. Sarah waited until about 10 o'clock when her sister arrived home. Jennifer was in good spirits and everything seemed normal as she entered the house and walked upstairs to her bedroom. When she opened the door, she noticed something strange. The framed photograph of herself that she kept on her dressing table was lying shattered on the floor. Suddenly, she got a phone call. Looking at the screen of her iPhone, she saw it was coming from a private number. When she answered the call, she heard a voice hissing threats on the other end. The person said they wanted to rip out Jennifer's blue eyes and disembowel her. Come outside, hissed the voice. Jennifer recognized the voice. It was Sarah. Jennifer ran down the stairs and opened the front door. When she saw what she saw outside, it made her lose her senses. The dead body of her sister Sarah was hanging by the neck from a tree. Her stomach had been slit open and her guts were spilling out. Her dead eyes were staring straight at Jennifer. The scene was so awful that Jennifer ripped out her own eyes so that she wouldn't have to look at it anymore. Sarah's insane plan had worked. She got exactly what she wanted. In her madness, she had killed herself in the most horrible and disturbing way she could imagine in order to destroy her sister's beauty. Jennifer had lost the most beautiful thing she had, her eyes. My father always told me to seek out joy in everything I do, so I did. I tried going to the park and walking the trails, playing frisbee, fishing. I joined book clubs and read all the best books, even writing my own stories and poems to share. I tried yoga, hot yoga, cycling classes, free weights. Nothing worked. No matter what I did, joy eluded me. No, not eluded. Joy flat out ran from me. I ran as hard and fast as I could, but I could never catch joy. Eventually, I got depressed and just stayed home. What was the point of going out and doing things without joy in my life? Joy is important, you know. The restraining order she set against me is what really did it for me. Why wouldn't you want to live here with me so that I can be joyous? So this is my letter of resignation from life. I will try to find joy one more time, but if I fail, I can't go on any longer. Life sucks, and then you die. That's always been my motto. It cheers me up when I'm feeling down. I mean, life is shit for everyone, yeah? Puts everything in perspective, keeps me from doing myself in. I've been told that my cynicism drives people away, but I couldn't care less. I know they suffer as much as I do, and I hate being around people who are dishonest with themselves. Anyway, yeah, that's been my model. I like saying it. People would tell me their problems, and I try to cheer them up with, hey man, life sucks, and then you die. So try to make the most of it. But no one ever really saw it from my perspective. They thought I was being insensitive and telling them to harden the fuck up. Oh well, what are you gonna do? If they misunderstand me, that's their own problem. This is all irrelevant, however. The reason I'm talking about my motto is because I've just now learned that I was wrong. So completely wrong. It kinda sucks that it took getting hit by a car and smeared across the asphalt to learn the truth. Life sucks, and then you wait. And I've been waiting an awful long time. When I was a little boy, I was always afraid of monsters. They always lurked in the dark places where the light didn't reach. It didn't matter how many times my father shone a flashlight into the dark corners of my closet. I knew the moment that the lights were gone, the monsters would come back. And they always did. When I grew up, I learned why. The real monsters don't hide in dark corners and closets. The real monsters are the ones that live behind your eyes, in the darkness of your mind. And it takes more than a flashlight to send them away. You'll find what you're looking for in my basement. She's still alive, but the others are long dead. I've kept their teeth in Ziploc bags in my file cabinet. Maybe you can identify them from dental records. She hasn't eaten in days and she's lost a lot of blood, but she still might live if you hurry. All I ask is that you leave the light on when you go. This prison cell is very dark, and I'm afraid the monsters will come out when you leave. Early in the morning of August 19th, 2005, the body of a young man approximately 16 or 17 years old was found on Wolf Street in downtown Baltimore. The corpse lay in a pool of blood and was dressed in a pair of loose jean shorts over white cotton boxers, a Baltimore Ravens football jersey bearing the number 77 and the name Ortiz, a pair of white cotton athletic socks, and a small gold cross on a chain around the body's neck. The body wore no shoes and had no wallet or other identifying possessions. Baltimore City Police concluded that the young man had just been another victim of the city's frequent violent crimes. Nobody came forth to claim or identify the body, and it was passed on to the coroner's office for autopsy. The coroner's report concluded that the cause of death was blood loss and trauma caused by 3 shots to the upper chest, one of which penetrated the heart and the other 2 the left lung. So far, so normal, right? Here's the part the official statement left out. There were indeed 3 entry wounds, but there were no exit wounds. And after a thorough search of the body, no slugs or fragments were found, nor was there any heat damage. The young man had been killed by 3 shots to the chest, but there were never any bullets. The body was never identified. As of recording this, the Baltimore Ravens have never had a player who sported the number 77, or who was named Ortiz. If you like what you heard, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. If you'd like to, you can follow me at Twitter. The handle is @FuzzyPantaloons, and I'll see you all next time.